Alright, this is Miss Leone, and I'm going to read to you the article in Newsela Explainer, What is Intuition? In the game of chess, many players have the ability to make quick moves using their intuition. By the conversation adapted by the Newsela staff, published 3/21/2017. The word intuition comes from the Latin word intuere, meaning to see. Intuition often invoked to explain how the mind can see answers to problems or decisions in the absence of clear reasoning. It is sometimes also referred to as, quote, gut reaction, unquote. Several popular books have emphasized this, quote, power of intuition, quote. They call it our ability to think without thinking. They sometimes even suggest that we should rely more heavily on intuition than on deliberative, which means slow or calculated, or rational thought process. Such books argue also that most of the time we act intuitively, that is, without knowing why we do things we do. But what is the evidence for this claim, for these claims? And what is intuition anyways? Experience and deliberate thinking. Albert Einstein once noted, "Intuition is nothing but the outcome of earlier intellectual experience." The psychologist Herbert A. Simon stated that intuition was nothing more and nothing less than recognition. These definitions are very useful because they remind us that intuition does not refer to some magical process. Answers do not just pop into our minds from thin air or from deep within the unconscious. Instead, intuitive decisions are the result of previous experience and deliberate thinking that is more slow and careful. Intuitive decisions may appear fast and effortless, but that is only because they are based on recognizing a problem. As a simple example, consider the decision to take an umbrella when you leave the house in the morning. A quick glance at the sky can provide a cue, such as looming clouds. The cue gives us access to information stored in memory. Last time the clouds looked like that, it rained. This information provides an answer. You should take an umbrella. When we do not recognize a problem as well, our decisions shift to become more deliberative. These two extremes are associated with different experiences. In a deliberative thought process, people are aware of intermediate steps in a chain of thought, and they make an effort to combine different information. Intuitive thought lacks awareness of intermediate steps. It does not feel effortful. It is a much more immediate, natural response. Intuition is characterized by feelings of familiarity and fluency. It can help you win a chess match. Is intuition any good? That depends on the situation. One situation that it can be useful is a chess match. Work by the Dutch psychologist Adriaan de Groot showed that what makes a chess player good is the ability to identify promising moves very rapidly. That ability is achieved through immediate pattern matching. The chess expert looks at the board and compares his options against memories of up to 100,000 different game positions to determine the next best move. New players don't have access to these memories, so they have to work through the possibilities of each move. In some situations, rapid intuitive decisions can be very good. These are generally situations in which we have lots of prior experience to draw on. It can also lead to errors. Still, intuition can also be misleading, and there are flaws in relying too much on it. Consider this example. If a bat and a ball cost $1.10 in total, and the bat costs $1 more than the ball, how much does the ball cost? If you're like many people, your immediate answer would be 10 cents. The total readily separates into $1 and 10 cents, and 10 cents seems like a reasonable amount. But a little more thinking reveals that this intuitive answer is wrong. If the ball cost 10 cents, the bat would have to be $1.10, and the total would be $1.20. So the ball must cost 5 cents. So why does intuition lead us astray into this example? Because here, intuition is not based on skilled recognition. It is based on simple associations that jump to mind. For example, we associate $1 and 10 cents. Psychologists Daniel Kahneman and Amos Tversky argued that we use these simple associations because we like shortcuts that make thinking easier. These shortcuts are also called heuristics. In many cases, these heuristics will work well. However, if they go unchecked by more deliberative thinking, errors, such as the 10 cents answer, will occur. Think with caution. The message from the psychology study of intuition is that we need to exercise caution and attempt to use intuition only in certain situations. When we are in situations we have experienced lots of times, intuition or rapid recognition of certain signs can be a good guide. But if we find ourselves in new territory or in situations in which cues are hard to come by, relying on our gut may not be wise. Our natural tendency to get away with the minimum amount of thinking could lead to slip-ups in our reasoning.